They are. That's an air raid. An air raid siren. Several of them going off here in the center of the Ukrainian capital. They are. That's an air raid. An air raid siren. Several of them going off here in the center of the Ukrainian capital.
Russia has begun a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Missile strikes and bombings have hit numerous cities across the country, including Kyiv, a city of 2.8 million people. Airstrikes are currently focused on control centers such as airfields and military headquarters. Russian troops are conducting an amphibious assault on Odessa. Troops have crossed the border into Kyiv, and Russia's airborne forces are currently trying to assume control of Kyiv's airport. And during tonight's emergency UN meeting, Ukraine's ambassador to the UN told the Russian ambassador there is no purgatory for war criminals. They go straight to hell. We'll be back in the morning with more updates because Ukraine has been given a new warning that a full-scale invasion is imminent, with Kharkiv likely being the first targeted city. Currently, Ukraine is undergoing a massive cyber attack that is consistent with Russian behavior. Ukraine has instituted a state of emergency, has called up all reservists aged 18 to 60, and has also approved the right to self-defense and will allow citizens to carry firearms with them. It could be a long night for Ukraine, so follow me to stay in the loop because
Russia is not able to carry out any of the obligations. The ambassador of the Russian Federation 3 minutes ago confirmed that his president declared a war on my country.
Sirens rang out over eastern Ukraine as the leaders of local pro-Russian governments told women and children to flee and men to take up arms. I have to leave my home, my apartment because of all of this, said this Russian-speaking resident. 700,000 civilians are reportedly headed to the border as the self-proclaimed leader of the separatists released a pre-recorded video. A mass centralized evacuation of the population to the Russian Federation has been organized, he claimed. Evidence is growing that it may all be part of a Kremlin plan to manufacture a pretext for invasion. A vehicle exploded in Donetsk near a pro-Russian government building, what the U.S. State Department called a false flag. And Ukrainian intelligence warned Russia was prepared to carry out terrorist bombings that would then be blamed on Ukraine.
They will absolutely manufacture an operation in order to create the narrative that they want to gain the political outcomes that they're looking for.
The prospects for avoiding war seem increasingly dim. In Washington, U.S. President Joe Biden reiterated the dire consequences Russia would face after a call with Prime Minister Trudeau and other NATO allies.
Russia has a choice between war and all the suffering it will bring, or diplomacy that will make a future safer for everyone.
Adding to the tension, Russia has massive nuclear drills planned for the weekend.
fighting has dramatically increased in eastern Ukraine in the past 24 hours. Heavy artillery from pro-Russia forces continued through the night as air raid sirens screamed. Ukraine is warning that infrastructure in Donetsk has been mined by Russian special forces and has advised residents to not leave their home. Russia now has 190,000 troops on the border. That's a 40,000 troop increase from just days ago, making this the most significant military mobilization in Europe since World War II. The UK believes Putin has decided to invade, and the US says it has intelligence that Russia plans on conducting an assassination campaign once it invades. Russia is working overtime to create a false pretext for invasion. Now, whether it has been made already or not is unclear, but follow me to stay in the loop because Ukraine says that Russia is trying to revive the USSR. Russia's foreign minister today said that Ukraine doesn't have a right to sovereignty. Germany has suspended the Nord Stream 2 pipeline from Russia, a major blow to Russia's economy. The US says that yesterday was the beginning of Russia's latest invasion into Ukraine. Ukraine is considering cutting off diplomatic ties with Russia. The UK has sanctioned 5 Russian banks and 3 Russian oligarchs, and the US banned US citizens from investing, trading, and financing with the 2 breakaway republics Russia recognized yesterday. As Russia marches forward and things continue to escalate, follow me to stay in the loop because